Life was simple, filled with the warmth of family and the rhythm of the African drums. The child, full of life and laughter, explored the world with wide, curious eyes. Nature was his playground and the village his classroom. Young child. At the age of 7, my world changed. His family made the difficult decision to leave their home and seek a better life in Canada. Leaving behind everything familiar, they embarked on a journey filled with uncertainty and hope. The child, too young to understand the complexities of migration, carried with him the memories of his birthplace and the love of his family. Young child. This move marked the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter filled with challenges and triumphs that would shape him into the extraordinary individual he would become. Little did he know this was just the first step on his incredible journey from the villages of Africa to the global stage. His story is one of resilience, determination, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and achieve greatness. Canada, with its vast landscapes and unfamiliar faces, was a stark contrast to the bustling villages he knew. The once familiar sounds of his native tongue were replaced by a sea of unfamiliar words. He found himself struggling to understand and be understood, a language barrier separating him from his peers. Young child's school became a source of anxiety. He struggled to keep up in class, the lessons lost in translation. The warmth of acceptance he had known in his village was replaced by the coldness of exclusion. Young child. I was different, and that difference made me an outsider. He was teased for his accent, his clothes, and his customs. The laughter of his tormentors stung, leaving invisible scars on his young heart. He retreated into himself, finding solace in the familiar embrace of his family and the memories of his homeland. Young child. But I was a fighter. He refused to let the challenges break him. He clung to the values instilled in him by his family. Resilience, determination, and an unwavering belief in himself. He was determined to overcome these obstacles and find his place in this new world. While school presented its challenges, the young boy discovered other avenues to express himself. The playground became his sanctuary. He found solace in the universal language of sports, excelling in track and field and basketball. Teenager I was fast, agile, and possessed a drive to succeed that surpassed my peers. The cheers of the crowd, the camaraderie of his teammates filled the void left by the loneliness he felt elsewhere. In sports, he found acceptance, belonging, and a sense of accomplishment. Teenager, my creative spirit also began to blossom. He discovered a love for music, the rhythmic beats resonating deep within his soul. He learned to play the guitar, his fingers dancing across the strings, creating melodies that spoke of his joys and his sorrows, his hopes and his dreams. Teenager music became my refuge, a way to express the emotions he couldn't articulate in words. Through sports and music, he found his voice, his confidence grew, and he began to forge his own path, a path that would lead him far beyond the limitations others tried to impose on him. As he grew older, he encountered a new set of challenges rooted in societal prejudices and stereotypes.
He was no longer just the new kid in school. He was a young black man navigating a world that often judged him based on the color of his skin rather than the content of his character.
He faced discrimination both overt and subtle.
He was followed in stores, treated with suspicion, his every move scrutinized.
He saw the fear and misunderstanding in the eyes of some, the unconscious bias that shaped their perceptions.
But instead of succumbing to anger and resentment, he chose a different path.
He used his experiences as fuel for his art, his music becoming a powerful platform to speak out against injustice and inequality.
He used humor to disarm, to educate, and to challenge preconceived notions.
He refused to be defined by the limitations others tried to impose on him.
He rose above the hate, his spirit unbroken, his determination strengthened by the knowledge that he had a voice and a responsibility to use it to make a difference in the world.
He learned to navigate these challenges with grace and dignity, his spirit unbroken. With each obstacle he overcame, he grew stronger, wiser, and more compassionate.
He embraced the challenges, seeing them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery.
He delved into books, immersing himself in knowledge, seeking to understand the complexities of the world around him.
His intellectual curiosity knew no bounds.
He devoured books on history, philosophy, politics, and science, his mind expanding with each page he turned.
He engaged in thoughtful discussions, eager to learn from others, to challenge his own beliefs, and to broaden his perspectives.
His capacity for empathy grew, fueled by his own experiences and his understanding of the struggles faced by others.
He realized that his journey, though uniquely his own, was also a reflection of the larger human experience, a tapestry woven from threads of adversity, resilience, and the pursuit of a better tomorrow.
His journey was no longer just about him. It was about using his platform, his voice, and his experiences to inspire others to embrace their own potential and to strive for a more just and equitable world.